the great Aaron Wong from the Mile Lion once said, "Cash is king, but miles lets you feel like one." That's because while a cashback card lets you save some money here and there, a miles card lets you fly like a king in the comforts of a business class seat. That's why recently, I have been busy building up my ultimate miles card strategy so that I can earn the most amount of miles possible, and I'll be sharing all of that in this video. Also, I have to give a huge credit to Mile Lion for his generosity in sharing his miles strategy. Without that, this video wouldn't have been possible. So be sure to check out his blog, yeah? As usual, before I start, I would greatly appreciate it if you can help to tap the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. In return, I will show you a cute Bulbasaur. Alright, let's start right now. The first card to get is the HSBC Revolution. HSBC proudly mentions that this card is made from 85.5% recycled plastic, though I'm not too sure what's there to be proud about. But that's not the main point. The main point is this card gives a rather high 4 miles per dollar for offline and online expenses, capped at $1,000 spent per month, basically covering almost all spending categories. Thus making this card an essential card to have. This card covers our day-to-day expenses like shopping at department stores, e-commerce websites, supermarkets, dining, Grab taxi, membership clubs, and travel-related expenses such as airlines, hotels, cruise ships, and so on. It seems like everything is covered. But what is not covered? Simply go, attraction tickets like Universal Studios and cinemas, and all the usual exclusions like education, IRAs, Grab Pay top-ups, insurance, utilities, and so on. As a bonus, by owning this card, you are entitled to an account with the Entertainer with HSBC app. With this app, you'll get a ton of one-for-one offers for dining, entertainment, and travel. So that's the HSBC Revolution card. If you are in the miles game, this card is an essential card to get. The second card to get is the City Rewards Mastercard. This card gives 4 miles per dollar on online transactions and department stores, capped at $1,000 spent per month. However, take note that the online transactions excludes travel-related expenses like airlines, hotels, and cruise ships. And of course, there's all the usual exclusions like education, donations, IRAs, insurance, Grab Pay top-up, and utilities payment. So this card feels super limited, right? As it only covers online transactions and department stores. But this card is actually super special because you can pair it with the Instagram Amaze card, and boom, suddenly you can use the card for offline expenses. Here's how Instagram Amaze works. Instagram Amaze comes with an app that lets you add up to 5 Mastercards into it. Then when you spend with the Instagram Amaze card, you will then charge the transaction to one of the pre-selected cards. And here's where the magic happens. The Instagram Amaze card converts offline expenses into online expenses. So by pairing the City Rewards Mastercard to the Instagram Amaze, all of a sudden you can earn miles for both offline and online expenses, but still excluding travel-related expenses, of course. On top of that, Instagram Amaze card is also super good for foreign currency spend. Here's why. First, they don't charge any foreign currency exchange fees, but there's still the usual forex spread. Of course, right? Otherwise, how would they earn money? Mile Lion found that the spread can be up to 0.55%, which is actually not too bad. Second, Instagram Amaze gives you additional 1% cashback for foreign currency spend. So now, you are earning double the rewards for foreign currency spend. 4 miles per dollar on City Rewards card, 1% cashback on Instagram Amaze. Hosebo. So that's the City Rewards card. By itself, this card is quite limited. But when you pair it with the Instagram Amaze card, this card becomes super useful as it now covers both offline and online expenses, excluding travel. So let's hope that Citibank doesn't go and exclude Instagram Amaze card like what DBS did, yeah. Quick pause, we are now in November, and you know what that means? Even more sign-up bonus from Weibo. Weibo has further increased their sign-up bonus to $150 cash voucher. All you need to do is deposit at least 2,000 SGD into Weibo, buy a US stock or an US ETF with a minimum transaction of at least $100. Then buy one option on the US market while maintaining a 2000 SGD net account value for that 30 days, and you will receive all your free rewards. So if you are interested, you can sign up with my link down below. With that being said, let's get back to the video. Third card, DBS Women's World Card. And no, this card works for guys too. I know that because I have this card, and the last I checked, I'm still a guy. The DBS Women's World Card is quite similar to the previous City Rewards card, where it gives 4 miles per dollar for online transactions. But this card is actually much better than the City Rewards card. So it's same but different. First, the DBS Women's World Card doesn't exclude the travel category. So you can also use it for travel related expenses like buying air tickets, hotels, cruise ships, and so on. And of course, they exclude all the usual stuff like paying for education, government services, insurance, hospitals, and utilities. Second, compared to the City Rewards spending cap, which is just $1,000 per month, for this card, the spending rewards cap is much higher at $2,000 per month. That means the DBS Women's World Card is suitable for those occasional large purchases, like buying a super expensive iPhone that costs a kidney, $1,500. However, there are two downsides to this card. First, as mentioned earlier, DBS excluded Instagram Amex transactions, so you can't do the offline to online trade here. Second, this card has a slightly higher 80k annual income requirement, so your monthly income needs to be around 6.7k to qualify for this card. But according to Lion, plenty of people who earn less than that amount were still able to get this card, though it will help if they have an existing DBS credit card. Okay, by now, we have covered almost every category here: offline spend and online spend. The category that has not been covered is the usual exclusions, like education, income tax, insurance, and so on. So here are 3 options that you can choose from. The first card is the American Express Singapore Airlines Business Credit Card, sibei long name sia, or also known as Amex High Flyer Card. This card is what we call a general spend card because it covers almost all categories, including the ones that I mentioned just now, like education, income tax, insurance, and so on. As a general spend card, the rewards are slightly lower at 1.8 miles per dollar instead of the usual 4 miles per dollar. But it has the highest earn rate for the local general spend category. But just take note that even though this card covers almost all categories, many merchants don't accept Amex cards, like AXS only accepts Visa and MasterCard. So a simple trick to bypass this is to use it to top up to your GrabPay wallet, then just pay with your GrabPay MasterCard instead. Hacker man. But there's a big catch here. In order to qualify for this card, you need to be a business owner. That's because they need you to provide them with a valid company UEN number. If you can do that, this card is super good because 1, it comes with a free Accor Plus membership, which qualifies you for a 1-day free hotel stay every year. And 2, it gives you 2 complimentary visits to the Priority Pass lounges every year. So if you are a business owner, get this card. Otherwise, you can consider the UOB Privy Miles card. As a general spending card, this card has the highest earn rate of 1.4 miles per dollar at the 30k income mark. And the good thing is, you don't need to be a business owner to qualify for it. However, this card has 3 downsides. First, UOB has this UOB dollar program, where instead of giving you 1.4 miles, it will give you UOB dollar instead. So for places like BreadTalk, Hard Rock Cafe, Mr. Coconut, Toastbox, and so on, you won't earn any miles on them. So just take note. But most likely, you wouldn't have any issue because for offline expenses, you can just use the HSBC Revolution and City Rewards card paired with Instagram Amaze to pay instead. Second downside, UOB has this funny rounding policy where it gives miles for every $5 spent. So let's say if you spend $9.99, it rounds down towards $5. So you are just earning 0.6 miles per dollar. Third downside, as usual, this card excludes the usual categories like donations, education, government services, insurance, and utilities. Here's where CardUp comes in. With CardUp, you can now earn miles on these excluded categories like education, insurance, taxes, car loans, electric bill, and even rentals. The way it works is you pay CardUp, CardUp takes a small fee, then helps you pay the merchants. The fee can be anywhere from 1.3% to 2.25% depending on what you pay. But if you were to use my code KELINVEST, you will save $30 off your first payment. So that's the UOB Privy Miles card. The third option is to use an Amex card paired with GrabPay card strategy. This strategy is super useful because by topping up to the GrabPay wallet, you can now use the GrabPay card to pay for all the excluded categories on ASS, like education, income tax, insurance, hospital bills, and even HDB loans if you are paying in cash. There are only 3 Amex cards that give you rewards for topping up to the GrabPay wallet. The Amex High Flyer card will give you 1.8 miles per dollar, but you will need to be a business owner to get the card. The remaining 2 cards are cashback cards, with the Amex True Cashback card giving 1.5% cashback and the UOB Absolute Cashback card which gives 1.7% cashback. The obvious winner here is the UOB Absolute Cashback card because it gives a slightly higher 1.7% cashback. And if you were to get the card before 21st November, you will enjoy a promotional 10% cashback on your first $1,200 spent by 20th December. On the other hand, Amex True Cashback card gives a lower 1.5% cashback. And even though it has a promotional 3% cashback on the first $5,000 spent, it specifically excludes GrabPay top-ups. So this card is inferior to the UOB Absolute Cashback card. So that was my ultimate mouse card strategy. With these cards, you'll be able to earn the maximum miles possible for each category, which you could then use to exchange for business class seats for your future travels. Anyway, that's all for this video. But do you know of any other mouse card that I should look into? Let me know down in the comments below. Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday.